Hi everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to use the Redrum drum computer in Reason. This is a drum machine that allows you to program up to 10 layers of drum sounds, which you see arrayed in these different channels here. Now when you have any particular drum kit loaded, which the name of it you'll see right here in this display, then it has automatically assigned the 10 different sounds to the different channels, and you can audition them by pressing these play buttons up top. That's the kick drum, that's the snare, that's a rim shot, egg shaker, and so on and so forth. So those are the 10 layers of our drum kit. And all we have to do to start programming is select which drum we want to program and then start inputting steps here in the step sequencer grid. And if so desired, you can also change the number of steps in your pattern if you want to create an unusual meter or simply a pattern that is longer than 16 steps. So I'm going to start programming a kick drum on every beat. Every quarter note is every 4/16 notes. So think about fractions when you're programming these beats. Now you notice right now the dynamic level of the drum is set at medium. You can also change it to soft or hard if you want certain beats to have more or less impact within the groove. So I'm going to change every two of these to hard kicks actually and see what that sounds like. Now all you have to do is press run to hear the sequencer run. Okay. And you'll notice that every two beats are being hit harder than the others, so it kind of has a backbeat to it. And now I'm just going to let that run as I select and program different layers of the drum set. Okay? I'm going to select the snare. Egg shaker. I want this going the whole time, so I'll just click and drag every single step. Hi-hat. Okay, so now I have a pretty complex multi-layered drum groove programmed. And now all I need to do to get it into my sequencer and make it part of my track is to right click on the red drum and make sure you're right clicking in a part of it that is not an actual button, but just an empty space. And I'm using a Mac, so that's going to be control click. But you right click, open up the menu, and come almost all the way down here to copy pattern to track. And it inserts your Redrum program into the song. You can see all the various MIDI notes programmed. After I do that, and this is a very important step right here, you want to turn off the run button and also turn off enable pattern section button. The reason you want to do that is that if you were to leave that on, and here I'll just play as an example, I'll leave it on, and when I press play on my track, it's going to play the sequencer track, but it's also going to activate the run button again. And what you are hearing there is a chorusing effect of two drum machines being played at the same time. In other words, it's not the actual sound you meant to create, but it's being double triggered in an artificial way. And this, it has a kind of off-putting chorusing sound to it, and it also will affect the volume, how you perceive volume in your mixing process later on. So we want to turn this off, and we hear just the single clear drum set. Now let's say you've already taken the time to program this beat, but you don't particularly like the sound of this drum set. All you have to do is press the file browser button here. That will open up the window that shows all your different categories of drum kits. And the beauty of this, I'm going to mute my actual track here for a second and just play the Redrum. The beauty of this is that you can play your pattern and immediately switch to a totally different kind of drum kit, and it will change the atmosphere of your song immediately. Okay, so you can get some pretty outlandish drum beats that way, and I hope you guys have fun programming the Redrum.